Hello and welcome to what is episode 4 of Off Channel Scan. Today we're going to be talking about audio setups for webinars and Zoom, as well as just sort of audio for home office in general. I've got a pretty decent setup between my Bose QC35-2s as well as a Blue Yeti Pro microphone. The audio quality is a lot better. With the Blue Yeti, I've got the option to have a feedback line. I'm not actually sure that that's the actual technical term, but essentially I can hear my own voice in the headphones, so I can make sure that I'm not really too close or too far away. I try to keep it an even distance so the audio quality for the calls is consistent and good. There's a lot of different options for audio, particularly on the microphone side, and then it's really up to a personal preference on the headphones. Really, whatever you want to do. In this episode, I'm going to compare the built-in MacBook Pro microphone, the microphone that's in my Logitech Streamcam, the microphone that's in the QC35-2s, as well as the Blue Audio. So any of the clips that you see further on that are the direct comparison, I will do no editing to the audio whatsoever. So we're going to take a look at those clips right now, and then when I come back, we'll talk about what the performance was for each of those. This is my Blue Yeti microphone, and it has a lot going for it. It's priced about $85 to $130 depending on when you catch it on Amazon. It's a USB microphone. It's got a built-in audio output jack that can also be used as a monitor out, so I can hear my own voice when I talk. So I can then make sure that I'm not either too close or too far away from the microphone, and really keep a consistent sound level. I've got it mounted on a shock mount, and I have a pop filter installed as well. It's just a little audio improvement. I probably wouldn't recommend it for most setups, but I bought it all at the same time, mostly because I wanted it. I really like this microphone because it's got a couple of different directional settings. It can be in a cardioid mode where the sound, think of it like a directional antenna. The sound is only listened to on the front of the microphone, and it's on the front. It is not on the top like some other microphone styles. There's a stereo mode where it listens out the left and the right side. There's an omnidirectional mode where it listens around the entire or around the entire microphone, a lot like an omnidirectional antenna. And there's a bidirectional mode, so there's a front and a back listen, useful for things like if you're recording a podcast where someone on the other side of you can be heard by the same microphone as well. I really like this microphone. It works very well. The price is good for the quality. And I've had it for a couple of years that have zero complaints about it. These are the Bose QC35-2s, and they run about $279 to $350 on Amazon, depending on the time of year and any deals you may be able to get on. They're noise canceling, and they've got pretty good audio quality for the headphones. The microphone quality is just okay, but the noise canceling is really the selling feature on these. So if you're working from home and want to block out a little bit of that background noise, they are great. If you travel a lot and are on planes, they're incredibly comfortable for long periods of time, and the noise canceling is, when I bought them, was the best one out there. I know there's quite a few people that I follow on Twitter. I know both Joel Crane and Scott Lester both really like their Sonys, so they would be worth a look as well. The QC35-2 has an upgrade over the original QC35-1. It has an assistant button as well as an upgrade to the power switch that caused some early failures on the original ones, which is actually why I have the 2s now. My originals failed way outside of warranty, and Bose sent me a new pair of the 2s as a result of that at no cost to me, which was very, very nice of them. The QC35s would not be my first choice if you're just hunting for a microphone and headphone combo for your office, but if you travel a lot and you want the noise canceling, they are a great solution. This audio is going to be from the internal microphone on the MacBook Pro. It has pretty low quality, that it's not going to be the best thing out there, and you really need to have a set of headphones if you're going to be using the microphone. Problem is the speakers are either downward firing or upward firing, and you're going to get a lot of feedback. You're not necessarily going to hear it, as much, but other people on the call will. So you'll get feedback and you'll get that repeating, that delay in hearing your own audio back as an attendee to the webinar or the conference that you're on. It's very, unless you've practiced it, it's very tough to overcome and complete thoughts when you're hearing your own voice half a second or a second later repeated back to you. It's tough to overcome. So I would highly recommend even any sort of headphones if you're going to use the internal microphone. But even the old wired headphones that came with the old iPhones or iPods, that even that microphone is going to be better than this one. That it's just okay, and the only thing it's got going for it is that it came with it. This is going to be the audio out of the Logitech Streamcam, and this one actually surprised me. It was better quality, and it is better quality than I was expecting. It's not great. It's further away from your mouth, so the gain has to come up a little bit to keep the levels where you want. As a result of that, you're going to get, I think, a lot more echoey if you're in a room with a lot of hard surfaces, as well as you're going to have a lot of the background noise that's coming in. I'm in actually a pretty good space for recording audio. I've got a lot of hard surfaces, so it is a little echoey, but there's not a lot of noise going on. I'm sort of out in the middle of the woods, and no kids running around, and the dog's sleeping, and my wife is in the other room playing video games. So there's not a lot of background noise that you're going to be able to pick up. But if you have kids and a wife and a dog that's jumping around, that you're probably going to have a lot of background noise for this type of microphone, and you're going to be better off getting a dedicated microphone that you can keep closer to your mouth, and you can really sort of reject some of that noise in the background. I think as far as the results of the testing goes, none of this is really a surprise. Is that the Blue Yeti really performed pretty well, followed by the QC35s, and they were okay. They're not really designed to be a microphone. They're designed to be a pair of noise canceling headphones. The Logitech Streamcam actually outperformed my expectations. It's not great, but it was better than I thought it was going to be. And as long as you've got a set of headphones, that actually isn't a bad option if there's not a lot of background noise. The built-in mic in the MacBook Pro, that one's not too awful, but again, use a pair of headphones and improve things for the other participants on the call. But ultimately, a good dedicated microphone is the way you want to go if you want the high quality audio.